I'm Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles. This is the 411 on buying a used Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Pro or used Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Elite. This is a Star Trac Spinner Velo. This is the closest bike I have on hand for this video. The difference between this bike and the Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Pro and the Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Elite is that those models will have an identical frame, but the frame will be black. It won't have this silver decal in the middle, and it'll have a little bit different frame fender shape. The Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Pro and Elite bikes are going to be 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. It was the first series of bikes Star Trac produced after Star Trac picked up the spinning contract when Schwinn went through their changes. Star Trac produced the Johnny G Spinner Pro and the Johnny G Spinner Elite in black for about 3 to 4 years. Black frames, black plastic chain guard, and small rubber fender. What's significant about the Star Trac Spinner Pro and Elite is that if you find them used from a fitness equipment company, that bike is old enough where typically everything inside the bike is either worn out or on its way to be completely worn out. So an effectively refurbished Star Trac Spinner Pro or Elite will be completely torn down to the frame, and everything inside the bike will be replaced. The bottom bracket, the flywheel bearings, the chain, the frame sleeves, the saddle, the pedals. If you're looking at a used Star Trac Spinner, Johnny G Spinner Pro or Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Elite, you're buying it from a used fitness equipment company, don't be afraid to ask them what they've done. If a potential seller tells you the bike's been cleaned and serviced, you should spin and run in the other direction as fast as you can. Because when a bike is older than 5 years old and it's been in a commercial setting, it should be completely torn down and rebuilt from the inside out. That's what we do with our bikes, whether they're 3 months old or 10 years old. We tear them completely apart and everything inside that bike is scrutinized. The difference between the Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Pro and the Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Elite is going to be, aesthetically is going to be one thing, and that's the flywheel sticker on the Elite is going to be red, the flywheel sticker on the Pro is going to be black. What that red flywheel sticker indicates is that the Elite has smart release or a clutch system on the flywheel. And the first generation of Johnny G Spinner Elites that Star Trac produced for spinning, for the spinning organization was that the Star Trac Spinner Elites adopted Schwinn's smart release when they made the transition, and it was a failed mechanism. So it doesn't respond well to conventional chain lube. If you're buying a Star Trac Spinner, Johnny G Spinner Elite, black frame, red flywheel, test the bike, test the clutch. When we rebuild those and we resell them, we typically will lock the clutch out. And when we sell a Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Pro or a Star Trac Johnny G Spinner Elite, completely torn down to the frame, completely rebuilt from the inside out, and for residential customers, it's lifetime warranty, lifetime parts replacement. And for commercial customers that buy certified pre-owned bikes from us, we give a full new factory warranty, which is 3 years parts, 5 years frame. You can go to studiocycles.com where we have a full bike buyer aid video library, and you can also call me direct, hit the wow button, studiocycles.com.